who really dropped off, of course, lost the World Club Challenge, and they bowed out in that first phase of the season, losing to the Co-vid Tigers. And they've got some work to do, really, the champions, to regain their authority in the competition. And they're going to be up against it, against this talented, durable Catalan Dragon side. There is Christian Wolf, whose side have trained hard at the Totally Wicked Stadium. That's where they've been doing all their work, because their regular training facility is adjacent to a school, so they couldn't use that. So everything was shifted back to the stadium, gym equipment, everything like that. They trained on the pitch, so they've been getting on with their work behind closed doors as well. Here they are, behind closed doors at Emerald Headingley. The sun shining, and there is James Graham starting today. Had anticipated to see the returning James Graham on the bench with Matty Lees starting, but Lees not able to travel, and so Graham, on his return to the club after a 9-year absence, is back in action.
At the moment here, they're not really putting a dent in this defence. Good tackle there by Casti again, low on Walmsley, but that quick play, the ball that the Saints thrive on.
Roby with a sparkling run straight up the middle, a rejuvenated Roby, and I should imagine there are one or two players who've really benefited from this 4-month hiatus, this break in the weekly grind of playing, and there'll be one or two of them who've probably been nursing injuries, who've got back to full fitness. Here is Walmsley wrestling his way through inside the 20 now for the Saints, pushing, pressing for the first time. Taya against his former club, trying to find a way through, but Catalan managed to deny him. That's the 5th tackle. Now then, Fage, former Catalan junior, kicks across field. Agama is going to chase it. They're all chasing it, and the ball comes down in the hands of Fuad Yaha, knocked on by a Saints player, I think, when they arrived at the ground. Play the game, back on the plane, back home. Same again next week for the Catalan Dragons. It's tough.
Well, it's tough because they've probably just played the fastest 10 minutes of rugby league they've ever had in their lives. There are so few breaks in play. The referees weighed the tackle count again. He is 6th most player for the Saints, so you can see how influential James Roby is, just helping his team to roll down the middle of the field. That's been upgraded now as a penalty. High tackle here on this shot.
Well, Coote is going to try and get the first points of the resumed Super League season with this penalty kick. He's kicked 3 so far in the earlier part of the season, and he's on target with that. Saints take the lead.
Number 4, Maloney puts it down here to Regan Grace.
Maloney's kick trapped by the Saints winger, who runs it back towards the line of Catalan Dragons defenders. Joel Tompkins it is who makes the tackle. Here is Tommy Makinson, that familiar little skip as he goes into the challenge, and Saints coming forward at pace. Percival now hands off 2, skirts across the challengers. Samisoni Langi manages to get hold of him, but he still manages to offload to Theo Fage. Fage ducks under McAloran's challenge.
Well, always a dangerous looking side when they're playing on the front foot. Saints like to offload that ball. And Walmsley, he's a huge man, isn't he?
He's left 2 players on the deck behind him, and Saints looking to capitalise now. Graham, little smuggle out to Lomax it is. And here is Roby now on the last. Fage, oh, lovely hands from Zeptea, and has Coote got that ball down? Yes, he has. And what a try that was from the Saints, and what a touch from Zeptea.
The ball gets passed towards the sideline. When it gets passed back, invariably the man's got some space, and he's got the skills to catch the ball and still ground this, because there's a pretty good tackle by Arthur Moog here just to pull him down, but just has the distance in the reach.
Going downfield, Remy Casti, but he's back for more. Saints. Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook is out there in his testimonial season, and here is James Roby. McCarthy Scarsbrook's testimonial season a bit disrupted. Lomax and Zeptea created that try for Lachlan Coote, and Casti makes the tackle. Here is Farge. Farge has Graham on his shoulder, and Graham again offloading, finds Lomax. Lomax trying to use his footwork, does use his footwork, beats two. That's the 5th tackle. Saints again in a great position. What will Farge come up with here? They're running it. It's Coote puts the kick in. It's Coote who goes down on the ball, but that'll be, I think, the turnover. And after that mistake by the Dragons, by Cassiano, Saints are pressing again, and Graham at the thick of it.
Well, they had a bit of a coming together, didn't they, Cassiano and James Graham, when he made the first mistake. Cassiano.
Here's Farge. Farge loops the ball on over the top to Makinson, and Makinson tight to the sidelines. Fuad Yaha sticks to his task and makes the tackle on his opposite number. On the last now, Farge, they go down the short side. Coote kicks and chases. They're all chasing for it. Bentley was hoping to get there, and he might well have done. He has given it as referee Ben Thaler.
And despite some aggressive defence from the Catalan Dragons, they've been outsmarted and outthought here. Kick back into that area, and a fantastic finish from the young back rower there. Isn't the biggest player, will be outsized by some of his opponents here today, but he's smart enough to stay onside and skillful enough to ground this second try for the Saints. Just about gets his hand to it before Fuad Yaha can ground the ball.
For the remainder of the game, there is a long way to go yet, and that's a stray pass and almost came up for Lomax. It did come up for Percival, and Saints have possession back, and Catalan Dragons again handing out possession inside their own half. Here is Kyle Amor now. Amor manages to get the pass away to Lomax. Lomax looking for an opportunity, probing.
When you've made mistakes or been on the wrong side of a penalty count or the 6 against, you've got to make sure that you keep the players like that. You can't just gift the opponent the ball in your half.
Morgan Knowles plays the ball. Here's Louis McCarthy, Scarsbrook. Bang in front of those Catalan Dragons posts. 10 metres out. Roby to Lomax. Lomax, lovely pass. Zebtea will get the try for the Saints. He created the first. He scored their 3rd.
The man who made a name for himself in the south of France when he first came over. And Johnny Lomax, just look at the little steps that he does. He goes at James Maloney.
But nothing doing for him. 4 tackles gone. Drinkwater gets the pass over the top to Yaha. He's strong as Fuad Yaha needed to be as the tackle came in from Makinson. Drinkwater kicks on the last. This time it is Folau they're going for. Instead it's Percival who picks it up, and it's Percival who brings it away. And Percival trying to outpace them. He's still going, is Mark Percival. What a run from Percival. Support from Roby. Roby looking for some help from some of his teammates. There's nothing doing for him.
Well, they would have been trying the season for sure here. It might still end up that way as Regan Grace dances his way through, but held in possession.
And Saints, having been under pressure, are now really turning the screw on the Catalan Dragons. Here is Lachlan Coote. And Roby still getting his breath back. Here is Farge. Farge, short pass to Zebtea. Tea. Here is Percival. Percival tries again. Back to Zebtea. Tea sets off across the field. Catalan hold the line. And it's Maloney and Joel Tompkins who do the tackling. Roby now. Farge. Farge with a little kick. Cassiano, good hands from him. Kick downfield into the arms of Lachlan Coote from Maloney. And now here is Grace. Grace probing, looking for a gap in the defence. That's the last play of a first half that has absolutely whistled past. And this is only the first 40 minutes of the resumption.
Well, I think some of the results and some of the performances before lockdown was a result of the mental and physical effort they put into competing with the Sydney Roosters in the World Club Challenge game. It did take a lot out of them. They weren't at the best. But as you saw in round 1 against Salford, as you've seen in the first 40 minutes of 2020 version 2, they are still the team to beat.
And James Bentley, with the first run of the second half, has really stood up in this game. He's scored a try. He's been very much involved, as has this man Zebtea, and Tea is on the run again, looking for some support. Nobody could get there in time, and eventually it's the fullback Artur Morg and Folau who make the tackle, but Saints Really no let up from them, and Fage was taken out after he'd passed the ball. He felt that. He's still on the ground, but Saints with Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook on the last. That'll be the turnover.
Come on.
Roby. Big hit on Batchelor there. It was Cassiano. Now here is Lomax. Lomax gets the pass away to Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook. Folau was down low. Coote hoists the kick. Morg is there, but Morg can't get there before Percival. Percival flicks it back to Coote. Coote with a little kick ahead. Fage picks it up. The ball, though, had drifted forward. That's the fifth tackle. They're still inside their own half as Tompkins plays the ball. Maloney drills the kick away, and it's fielded by Lachlan Coote. Here is Regan Grace, and an opportunity to get the half-time news. Let's go down to Jenna Brooks.
Thanks, Bill. Steve McNamara says that he thinks it's a good contest. He does admit that the new 6 again is getting the better of the Catalan Dragons, and if they can just stick to the game plan, they'll be back in this game. As far as Christian Wolf goes, he's really pleased with possession, particularly just before half-time when Saints had 3 sets in a row. He thought that they were outstanding, and if they can just keep up the good work in defence, they've got enough to win the game.
Certainly looks that way. Thank you, Jenna. Here is Kyle Amor now, 35 years of age.
And look how much ground he made with 3 Catalan Dragons already in contact with him. Inside pass to McCarthy-Scarsbrook.
Lovely ball. And McCarthy-Scarsbrook gets the pass away. And Coote will go in for his second of the game. A hint of forward there, not a bit of it. And Coote gets his second of the game. And Saints continue where they left off. Only his 3rd appearance of the season.
Well, Catalan can't cope physically, and neither can we in terms of the skill here. The passing accuracy and support play is superb. They do look back to their very best. They've used the time well. The timing of the play is fantastic here when you consider they've not been had a warm-up game, a friendly match or anything here to get back. The accuracy and timing is superb.
Kyle Amor plays the ball. Here's Batchelor now, Joe Batchelor, brother of Wakefield's James, and Saints about 15 metres out. Roby, Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook. Roby darting once more. Fage, again, lovely quick hands. Makinson skipping back in field. Catalan cover is there. He's looking for the gap. He's found it. He has found the gap as Tommy Makinson. He was just probing.
Well, we see him score some spectacular tries out on the wing when he's running out of space. But he comes back in field looking for that space. You can see all the over-chasers in the Catalan jersey just pushing across, creating space on the edge. And all Makinson's doing is looking up. He's looking for that gap. He's looking for one of those bigger players in the middle of the field just to switch off when the ball goes away from him. He's sheer class, isn't he? The man who was the 2018 Golden Boot winner.
Baitieri gets the pass away to Maloney. Maloney just glides through. Just a moment's hesitation from the St Helens defence. First real mistake.
You had to worry about now. So many threats through so many players. Walmsley back on now here to finish the game. Was dominant at the start.
Walmsley straight up the middle, hammering into the Catalan defence. That's the 5th tackle. And Lomax choosing to run it. Coote, Percival loses possession.
So a risky player there to tease Regan Grace.
Another 6 to go.
Now has a go on this side.
10 minutes of this game to go. And coming up, Huddersfield Giants against the Leeds Rhinos. That's next on Sky Sports Arena and on Main Event, and it's Leeds who I think Saints will face next. Maybe a tougher challenge. Walmsley now. Walmsley manages to fling the ball away. Offload to Theo Fage. Here is Bentley once more. Fage. Walmsley again, and Walmsley hand in the face of Busquets, off for the try line, and Walmsley gets a sensational try. He's left Julian Busquets on the ground. He's left the Catalan Dragons in his wake.
Well, he said, Bill, back on the field for the last 15 minutes. Let's see what he can do. He gets the offload away. Now this man, he's 6'7", so it takes him a bit longer to get back up. And then he gets the big joust out on Julian Busquets and floors him. And out to them all, but he's certainly come away from this game with some stripes.
Nice play, good attack from their own half here.
Nagama. Makinson back in field. Batchelor as the hooter sounds, and St Helens resume the Super League season with an emphatic victory over Steve McNamara's Catalan Dragons side.